So good morning, my dear students. Today I am going to explain about the topic is jumbled words. Today's topic is for all BA, BCom, BSc, fourth semester students. Okay. So now going to discuss about jumbled words. See, this is the topic is not only for the subject oriented, so which it is also helpful for the competitive examination purpose. So let's define jumbled words and how it is asked in an examination. So some words are asked like as jumbled. So what we do here, you have to rearrange that words make into the meaningful sentences. Rearrange the words, make into meaningful sentences. So this is a pattern just we do in an examination. But solving jumbled words is very easy grammar part in English. With the use of some tricks and some guidelines, we solve these jumbled words. Generally, the jumbled words asked in two categories. Like as first one is words related and the second one is paragraph related. These are the two ways to ask the jumbled words in examination point of view. So after this one, just now we have to learn what are the tricks to solve the jumbled words here. So coming that, the first one is subject plus verb concord. With the use of these trick, the entire grammar part is depend. So the thing is subject plus verb, and the second one is subject plus verb plus object. Okay. With the use of these structure, just we solve the jumbled words in easy way. So just we identify subject, verb, object. First, what do you mean by subject? Means whether it is a name of a person or thing. Subject means verb. Verb will be two categories here. The first one is functioning verb and the second one is helping verb. Generally, once you read out the structure, verb means most of the students think helping verb is there. But after helping verb, there is a functioning verb is there. Functioning verb is nothing but it refers what the person's action. Clear? For example, I am playing cricket. So in this sentence, so this is a small example for the identification of a functioning verb. I am playing cricket here. I is the subject and is helping verb, playing is functioning verb. Cricket is object. So with the use of this pattern, we solve the jumbled words. But before solving the jumbled words, we identify the clear structure. So in the structure, identification of subject and verb. Verb means it's two categories. Functioning verb means a person's action. Second one is helping verbs. So in English grammar, we have number of helping verbs are there. For example, am, is, are, was, were. Next, shall, should, will, would, like this. These are some of the helping verbs, right? And the next last one is object. Object denotes what you done. What you done. Example, in the given example, I am playing cricket. So cricket is called as object. So what you completed that one. So this is the first structure for the solving of jumbled words here. That is the first one. Subject plus verb plus object. Next. The second one is verb plus subject plus object. So this structure refers interrogative statements. Okay, so verb plus subject plus object. This is known as interrogative statements. Interrogative statement means it refers about questioning, means indicate the marked question. So this is another structure to solve the jumbled words. So here coming to the structure, what is the first one here? Verb. So here verb means don't think as a functioning verb. Verb means it refers in the interrogative statements, it refers helping verbs like helping verbs means especially do, does, did, can, could, shall, should, next will, would, and with these helping verbs, another helping verbs like as another interrogative statements like as WH words. So here, what are the common WH words in grammar? The WH words are known as what, who, when, where, why, next who. These are the and how also. These are the WH words. So with the use of these verbs, in case in the given sentences are there, definitely there is the mark is, that is known as questioning mark. In the given jumbled words, if there is a questioning mark, definitely that is start with the verb form. Verb form means, just to remember, it refers only helping verbs, not as a functioning verb. Next. The second one is subject. So just now we discussed in the above structure, subject means it's the name of a person or thing. And next the third one is object. So as usually the same thing. So what you done, the action, that is called as an object. So these are the two important structures to solve the jumbled words in an easy way. And after this, sometimes the statements means the words asked in positive statement and in negative statements. Positive and the second one is negative statements. So the thing is, how you identify the positive and the negative. See, in the above structure, the second one is subject plus verb plus object. In the given structure, there is no negative statements like as no and not. In case how you means the identification of negative statement is depend on in the given words if there is no and not, that is called as negative statement. Got it guys, all of you? So in case in the given sentences if there is no and not, that is called as negative statements. So negative statement structure means that is very simple. Subject to place, verb to place, no or not place, object. And the fifth one is verb to place, subject to place, no or not place, object. So these are the simple structures to solve the jumbled words. Okay, all of you guys. So just remember, these are the 5 important structures to solve the jumbled words here. So after knowing these all structures, there are some basic guidelines to solve the jumbled words. So after this, just we have to know the remaining guidelines. The remaining, just to remember all of you guys, very important and useful guidelines for solving jumbled words. In that, the first one is, so after giving that words, the first thing what do we do here is to understand the basic meaning of the words. So without understanding of the meaning, we cannot solve the jumbled words. Means we cannot rearrange the make into the meaningful sentences. So first you better to understand that words meanings very clearly. So in the guidelines, the first one is the sentence start with name of a person or thing. It comes first in the sentence. So this is the first guidelines. Guys, remember, in a sentence, start with the name of a person or thing. Not just remember, in case if it is not start with in the given words, if there is given words, if there is name of a person or thing, it comes first in the sentence. That is the first guidelines. Second one is, sometimes the words given as not as the name of a person means use some pronouns. Right? The pronouns means like as I, we, you, it, okay, he, she, like this. In case if the words are like that, definitely the sentences start with this. Sentence starts with the pronouns. Okay, this is second one. Next, the third one is, if the words given with these, next one, those, that, clear. In case if these words are in the sentence, it will never, the sentence never start with this. Sentence never start firstly with words. Okay, it is the third guideline. Next, the fourth one is, there are some pairs of words in English like that. The sentences are known as a combination of words. Just we say, so that, Next, to, next, neither nor, next one, either or, next one, not only but also. So these are some combination of words are there. So definitely in the given words, in the jumbled words, if these pairs of words are there, just we identify that very easily. In case so is there, definitely that will come. To is there, to will come. Next, neither is there, nor is definitely come. Either comes or will definitely come. Next, if not only there, but also will come definitely. So these are, it is the fourth guideline to solve the jumbled words. Including with this, the fifth one is some conjunctions also comes in jumbled words. So we know what do you mean by conjunction. So conjunction means just it combined the pairs of words, sentences, clauses, right? We know very well. So then what are the common conjunctions? Example, but, and, it, since, although. Like these are some of the common conjunctions which used to pair the combination of words and sentences and clauses. Okay guys, so with the use of these guidelines just we solve the jumbled words very easily. So now we have to discuss the very first example for the jumbled words. So this is a pattern to ask the jumbled words in examination, guys, right? So these words are not in an order way, so it's a completely in jumbled way. So first you have to understand, once you read out, at least once or twice read out that all words. For example here, jumped boxes into the cat. So earlier what I told you, remember the structure of the sentence, right? Whether it is a positive statement or negative statement. So it is a completely positive statement because of in the given words there is no not is there, right? So here remember the structure, subject to place, verb to place, object, right? So first just remember what is the subject in the words. So the subject is known as cat. Right, but before that there is an article is there. Of course, this is also one of the guidelines, guys. Remember, another guideline is in case if articles a and the will come in the verse. For example, here in the given words there is an article is there, right? So the sentence begins with this article. Sentence begin with article here. For example here, then how you are going to make into the meaningful sentences? The cat. Remember the structure? So what is the structure here? Subject to place, verb to place, object here, right? The cat. So here there is no helping verb in the given words, right? So directly you go to the functioning verb here. So what is the functioning verb here? Jumped. The cat jumped. Right here there is another one is, this is known as preposition. So remember, sometimes after functioning verb there is a possibility to come the prepositions. The cat jumped into, so last one is object, boxes. The cat jumped into boxes. So in this pattern, just we solve the jumbled words here. Got it? So first identify. The cat is called as subject. Jumped is called as verb, means remember functioning verb. Into is called as preposition. Boxes is called as object. Okay. Now let me have to take one more example. Remember, shall I honesty so this is another example, guys. Just you look at here. So first, what is the thing we have to do? Read out that words once, twice, if possible, thrice. Remember, shall, I, honesty, always, his. So in the given words, there is no subject, means there is no name of a person, there is no name of a thing, right? There is a pronoun is there. So what is the pronoun here? I. So right, I. So next, what is the structure? Subject plus verb, right? So verb means first of all, in case if there is no helping verb, just to identify the functioning verb. But in the given sentence, there is a helping verb that is called as shall. I shall. Next, remember honesty his. So here you understand in your own language, then you do very easily. I shall always. So what do you always hear? Remember. So what do you remember here? His honesty. So this is another example for a use of pronouns here, guys. Okay. Next, the third example. Open the door, you / do. Right here, this is the structure of interrogative statement. Because why? Because in the given words there is a question mark. What is the question? If question mark is there, what do you identify? Verb plus subject plus object. Interrogative statement. Remember, here I am writing the structure. Verb plus subject plus object, right? Interrogative statement. So interrogative statement means it starts with the helping verbs, right? So what is the helping verb in this sentence? Do. Next, you open the door. So end of the sentence, definitely the question mark comes, right, guys? So these are some of the three examples, the use of these jumbled words. But remember, not only the simple words asked in examination, sometimes there is a lengthy sentence also is there. So in the next class, we have to discuss some of the lengthy sentences in the jumbled words.